Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you my last version of the seasonal prep, and today we're going to be showcasing scouts. Now, those of you who are participating in the seasonal tomorrow, you might have seen some of the decks that I recommended: Pirates, Kai'Sa, Ecosilian, and then Scouts is the last one that I feel like has been not really, people haven't really been talking about it. And I think he's been doing really well in the meta. He's been crushing a lot of stats, has really good matchups, and obviously in a best of 3 settings, you can ban some of those bad matchups. Really, the way that Scout usually loses is against like big Demacia decks or like big Udyr decks, both of which are not currently in the meta. So it makes Scout have, like, especially now that Bard got nerfed, right? It makes it so that Scout doesn't have like a predator in the meta right now. Meanwhile, Scouts can do well against almost every control deck and almost every aggro deck. You kind of see where I'm getting at. Remember I said the same thing about Ecosilian yesterday. Beats control, beats aggro. So you want to know which 2 decks I recommend pairing together? Ecosilian and Scouts. Yes, woo! There's a third deck that I also recommend pairing with those if you want to. It can be Kai'Sa, or it can be Poppy Taric as well. Poppy Taric is very similar to Scouts in the fact that you get like these big rally turns that can do really well against control. It does a little bit weaker against aggro though. So that's why I usually just recommend Kai'Sa, Ecosilian, and Scouts versus the Poppy Taric deck. But anyways, let's actually jump into this and start talking about seasonal. Those of you who are participating tomorrow, I wish you all the luck. I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm probably when you're gonna be playing, I'm gonna be at the beach in Colombia. So hopefully you're enjoying yourself in the seasonal. With this deck, Scouts, if you haven't seen this deck around before, the idea is that obviously you have the Scout keyword in Navigator and Quinn to be able to level up Misfortune and be able to get multiple advantage from Misfortune. This new version of the deck is also playing this little nice card called Inspiring Light, which can actually buff up all your units. So it ends up being really clutch because you can go really wide with stuff like Marai Warden and Island Navigator, and even the Sash Brave. And obviously Quinn can also go really wide. And then buff all your units with Inspiring Light, being able to push even more damage than the opponent did not expect. Combine that with being able to do stuff like for Demacia and being able to rally, and you end up with like a deck that can just put so much pressure on the opponent that they cannot defend against it, right? In reality, really, this deck really lives and dies by Misfortune. Misfortune is really important. So you want to make sure that you mulligan to get Misfortune, and once you have Misfortune, the rest of the deck kind of falls into place. I do also like keeping the Sculpture because obviously she can help your units survive, but it's really straightforward. Just drop your units, drop your units on curve for the most part. Play for the Misfortune level up if you can. Sometimes you can play for the Quinn level up. If you don't get Misfortune, then the other way that you can win is going to be through the For Demacia or the Inspiring Light, just buffing up your units and you allowing you to attack super fast with them. There's a lot of Scouts videos out there. The deck hasn't changed a lot. So if this gameplay that I'm going to show you now is not enough, just make sure to look up some of my older videos that cover Scouts like once every 2 months. And other players as well out there in YouTube that also cover Scouts plenty of times. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the games coming up soon. As always, if you like the content, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to us. And again, hope you enjoyed this deck because I think it's very, very strong. And I think it can top this seasonal tomorrow. So good luck to those who decide to play it. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Pirate Aggro. Usually Scouts does well against Aggro, but I'm not too positive on this new version of Scout or this new version of Pirates. I like the Sculpture and I like the Protector. The Protector is usually able to shut down like an Aggro's attack. Unfortunately, the Sculpture is not a unit that we want to summon and sacrifice her into like his stuff, right? So at least we get a nice blocker here through the Fleet Feather. All right, okay, all right. I'll take that. Let's say that the opponent has Grenadier. If it's Grenadier, we still play the Sculpture, right? Okay, well, we definitely play the Sculpture now. Opponent's only pushing 2. Sign me up. Sign me up. Oh. Cool. Wants to set up... okay, so now opponent's pushing 3. Wants to set up the Make It Rain, right? Wants to set up the Make It Rain. In which case, we just let it go. I guess we could do the Bright Steel, right? I just don't know if it's correct to do the Bright Steel. Now, Bright Steel this turn shuts down his attack. But I think it's just Island Navigator, because he's such a good blocker. Yeah, it's always Island Navigator. Heck, we even get a good blocker for Misfortune. So we even high roll the blocker for Misfortune there. So is Island Navigator. Then we play Quinn next turn, and we have Inspiring Light. That's very good. Quinn is out of range of the Sirturmund, which makes it even better. Opponent attacks here. We have a good blocker with the Navigator, and we have a good blocker for the Misfortune. Cool, do the Make It Rain and just get rid of the Sculpture right now.
No one's the wiser.
Sure. Alright. I have to block with everything, right? There's no way that I don't. There's no way that I don't block with everything. Oh, especially, well, okay, now we don't block with everything. Now we just go like this and just take that extra 2. Now we just take that extra 2. Now, opponent could Make It Rain here, right? That way, if he hits the Bloodthirsty Marauder, he's able to keep the Misfortune alive. Doesn't hit it, but does hit the Sculpture. Loses the Misfortune. We get 1 more damage to the face. Loses the second Misfortune because he just went to his deck. The downside is that now my units are 1 HP, which means that they can die to Mr. Twisted Fate. So maybe we actually had to do the Inspiring Light this turn, just to play around that. Alright, if you have Twisted Fate, you have Twisted Fate. We have a second Valor, right? If it's not Twisted Fate, we do the Inspiring Light. Do we even need to do the Inspiring Light just yet? I think it's just second. I think it's just second Valor. I think it's just second Valor. Opponent just drew another Make It Rain or a Fervor. If it's Make It Rain, then it is what it is. But this lets me push more damage. By doing the Valors, it lets me push a lot more damage because we can go like this. And then push another 5, and opponent's going to be at 10 HP. He also protects us, because if we don't summon the second Valor, he could block Quinn with Barai Warden, which then makes it vulnerable to the Riptide Sirturmund, right? So by committing the second Valor, we protect the Quinn from 4 HP. And 4 HP is a very important key point against Pirate, because they now play Riptide Sirturmund. So we want to keep our Quinn at 5 HP. My thought is that he had Fervor, right? If he thought about it this long. So here's the question now. We just talked about it, right? We just talked about trying to keep our Queen alive, right? So I think I'm going to go like this. I think I'm going to commit to the fact that they have Fervor. That they have Riptide Sirturmund, sorry. And just play it slow. Because we're going to level up this Queen. And now the opponent's whole attack is punished, right? Twisted Fate is annoying here. But they didn't have it last turn, so I can just assume that they don't have it this turn. Alright. We can we just rally and level up the Queen? I kinda like the rally and just level up the Queen. Or it could be Sap into Inspiring Light. No, I kind of like the rally. Kind of like the rally here on my Scout. Opponent's at 13 HP. Right? If they have Fervor, they will have to do it right now. I guess they can have Fervor to try to kill the Queen. I don't think it's Make It Rain, because if it was Make It Rain, they would have done it last turn. So I think Luna has Fervor on the Sap. So with 2 of my units having barriers, don't see how he beats this. Or how they beat this, sorry. I guess their thought here, right? Their thought is they don't want Quinn to level up. So they don't want Quinn to level up. So their thought is they just, like, we block with the Quinn and then they can do the Fervor. But I'm not going to block with Quinn there. I'm just going to attack and just get that Quinn leveled up. Because if Quinn levels up, opponent's gonna have a very hard time, right? Beating us. And we can even do the Jenny to open up next turn. They will have to trade one of their units here to block the Quinn and remove the barrier, which could be the precious spell, right? It could be the same thing that they almost did now, but they can't stop the Quinn from leveling up, which means that we still pull one of the Grenadiers, and the other Grenadier, he will have to commit the Fervor, right? They will have to commit the Fervor into the Quinn, which doesn't work out for them too well. Sure. We're at 9. No, sorry. We're going to be at 8 after both Grenadiers die. Probably going to be at 5 after the Fervor. So we're going to be at 5 after the Fervor. If opponent doesn't block the barrier units, we win on the open attack. With our scouts, right? That's why we put the barrier on the navigator, so that she stays alive. Opponent has no way to kill Quinn anymore, even if they have Fervor in their hand. Yeah, so we got down to 8. How do we lose? How do we lose from 8? So let's say that the opponent has Fervor. They will have to use the Fervor now, I think. And the Fervor puts us at 5. And then opponent has 1 spell mana, and then it's going to have 7 natural mana. So it's going to be 8. So then we lose to Decimate plus 2nd Fervor. Or double Fervor doesn't work because the opponent's only going to have 1 unit. Yeah, so it will have to be Decimate plus 2nd Fervor. Which means that we have to open attack to play around that. To play around that exact line, we have to open attack. But wait, they can't do another Fervor. They don't have any other targets. So there's no way that we lose here. Yeah, this is game, I think, right? I'm gonna play slow. I'm gonna play slow and take this scout attack. Because we have a lot of units, right? Now, Kaboros keeps him alive. Keeps them alive, right? But then what? The Queen's still alive. Even if you have Twisted Fate, it's not enough. Because we still have the rest of our units to attack with? Yeah. GG's. Scouts does very well against aggro. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Kennen Ezreal. Are we fast enough to beat them? I kind of feel like we are. Okay, I think I need more early units. Quinn is nice, but Quinn also comes a little bit too late. I'm glad we kept her out because we ended up with a second Quinn anyways. I think we want to push. I think we want to put a lot of pressure early, right? So the Mirai Warden into Misfortune, and so feeling a little bit better. Fleet for the Tracker here could feel really nice. Misfortune does get punished by the new buff to Kennen, allowing them to be able to actually kill her, right? Because they're able to do 3 damage. So we can do Mirai Warden here. Gearhead. Oh wow, we don't even get the attack right now, but we will get the attack next turn with the Misfortune. We can also play the Sap, and then we can do Inspiring Light. Opponent never has Ezreal, right? Opponent never has Ezreal. I mean, even if they have that, even if they have the Ezreal, I think we still go for it. I'm not playing around the Ezreal, right? If they have the Ezreal, they're just doing 2 to the Misfortune. Now, if they have Kennen into Kennen... Huh. Will say I didn't expect that. I will say I did not expect that card. Interesting. So, I guess that helped them delay us slightly.
I'm one of the good guys.
I still think we go for Misfortune here. Right? We still go for the Misfortune. Let's go ahead and do the Inspiring Light so that we make sure that the Misfortune doesn't actually die to the Kennen skill, right? And then that also allows us to attack with both the Gearhead and the Mirai Warden. He's gonna have to sacrifice his Wayfinder. So this stays alive against a second against a second Mark of the Storm. Opponent's gonna have the recall here, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's the recall. We know you have it, my friend. Yep, there it is. Cool. Here's the cannon value. But that's why I like the Inspiring Light here. Because it keeps her alive. We still get to push 1 damage and kill 1 blocker. We can start working on the Quinn. So that we can get value. Opponent gets to heal back up anyways.
I have studied every fighting manual.
I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared of just committing my mana right now. I think I'm forcing to have something else. They could easily have the Mystic, right? They could easily have the Mystic. Or have another way to recall Kennen and summon like a bunch more. And if they do, they have it. Well, we're also taking 4 here, which can be a little bit scary. But it has 5 cards though. At some point I need to stop playing around stuff. Maybe the play had to be Broadwind. I would like to do the Quinn into the Protector, right? But it has to always be Broadwind then. Okay. I'm going to do the Broadwind here. And then Quinn. Inspiring Light. He's gonna kill Misfortune then, right? So he goes for the Misfortune kill here. So he had to always be Bright Steel earlier. Am I okay with that Misfortune kill? I think I am. When it taps out of all their mana, we could easily have a second Misfortune here. Obviously we don't, which is a little bit annoying. But opponent didn't play around it. Opponent didn't play around it. Question is here, is it actually Quinn? I think it's actually Quinn. I think it's actually Quinn. We can do the Inspiring Light right now. Allowing us to kill the Eye of the Dragon with the Valor. Sure. Opponent is looking for the stuns then. Opponent can do the Kennen Lightning Rush, but that taps them out of mana, right? So if they want to do the Kennen Lightning Rush, that taps them out of mana. So I'm okay not doing anything right now. We get the Scout attack here. We get 2 more pools. Sure. Yeah, that's the Kennen Lightning Rush. We still kill the dragon. We still kill the Eye of the Dragon with the Broadwind. That's why I didn't care. We always attack with Quinn first, because opponent's obviously gonna block. Actually, we shouldn't even attack with Quinn, right? We don't attack with the Quinn. We just attack with the quick attack unit. Doesn't even really matter, to be honest, because opponent's always blocking it. The problem is Kennen. Kennen is gonna be very close to leveling up right here, and we don't have access to our rally to actually make the Quinn level up efficient. We do have Sharpstar, which is kind of nice. The opponent's gonna just look to try to kill that Quinn, so I guess we can go here, right? We can just go here and protect ourselves from 3 damage. That way Quinn is not ever like vulnerable enough to actually die, right? Because opponent's gonna recall this cannon. Opponent's gonna recall this cannon, allowing them to level up cannon and just get so much more value, being able to get 4 Mark of the Storms. Yeah. So now Kennen levels up, getting him another Mark of the Storm. Very nice, very nice. I like the Island Navigator. Now, Homecoming punishes our level up, our Quinn, because she won't level up then, right? She won't level up then. The Navigator means that we can actually block that cannon. One is gonna have to commit it on the cannon, right? Do we just take this damage? I guess we have to just take this damage. Because opponent has to commit 2 of them on the cannon. On the Navigator. I guess we just take this rest of the damage. I don't want to commit the sharp side just yet. Don't want to commit the sharp side just yet. When it has 4 cards, they just have so many tools. They just have so many tools. Hmm.
Stalling.
It's a good deck. It's a very good deck. Lets the cannon die, because he probably has a second cannon. Decides that it's better to kill 2 of my units. So he's gonna kill the Browin, I guess. And then something else. If it's just the Navigator, I'm okay with that. I think the Browin is more important than the Navigator. Decides to kill the Scout units. I disagree with that. Okay, so there is one thing, though. We have to open. We have to open because a second cannon can stun the Quinn, stopping her from actually being able to level up, right? So we have to open so that the Quinn can actually level up. Because then the second cannon can actually stun the Quinn before she gets to attack. If opponent recalls... Okay, so he had the stun anyways. Has the stun anyway, so it doesn't even matter. We can still keep the sharp side, giving us some value to be able to block his elusives next turn. Gets another cannon. Gets another elusive here. I still think we attack with everything regardless. Yeah, I still think we attack with everything. Opponent gets cannon next turn. We get to kill 1 elusive. Opponent gets cannon and he gets the Shadow Assassin. If the opponent has that recall, so yeah, so Shadow Assassin, cannon. If they get Ezreal, I'm kind of just screwed though, right? If they get Ezreal, I'm kind of just screwed. Let's just do this now. Just buff everything up even more. Ezreal wins the game because we are at 7 HP and Ezreal will just machine gun us down. Shadow Assassin might not be enough.
Everyone here? Let's go.
Has a way to stun the Quinn. But we have a decent open attack. We have a decent open attack. We have blockers for everything. Besides that, it's worth it to stun this girl. If he commits this now... No, he's always stunning the Quinn, right? He's always stunning the Quinn regardless. We have the sharp side, remember, right? We have the sharp side. We have blockers for everything else. Opponent's gonna get just so many of the marks though, which is the problem. This is only dealing 4, so I might not be that scared anyways. We just have to make it so that we can kill his cannons. So if we block like this and like this, we kill his cannons. Still don't think it's correct to sharp sight. I still don't think it's correct to sharp sight. If he wants to save the cannon, he needs to stun now, which means it's less stuns than the Quinn. Opponent tapped out of the deny. Okay, so that's the twin. So now that he commits the twin, I think now we sharp sight, right? Just force out the stuns. I want to force out the stuns. If opponent doesn't do their macro the Isles, or macro the storms, sorry, we're okay, right? And the moment they commit the 4 macro the storms, we do the golden ages. That was their second cannon, so they will have to top deck. They will have to have another cannon in their hand to stop the rally. And if they don't commit the macro the storms here, then it's good for us because it means that we keep our board, right? Goes for the challengers, and now we rally. So now we rally. We put it. We're gonna put it on this we're gonna put it on the scout, right? That way she survives. That way she can push the damage through. Unfortunately, the Quinn is gonna pull the Wayfinder and not the other units, which is kind of annoying. So we're gonna kill the Wayfinders, right? He needs to block the Quinn though. And cannot play around the Quinn, not blocking the Quinn, sorry. We get to kill the Wayfinder. Has to block with all his other units. Blocking here again. And we just open, right? We just open attack because we're 4 wide. We actually got there. We got lucky because the opponent didn't draw the Ezreal. We have to just open attack 4 wide because she summons the Valor anyways. Opponent's at 2 HP. If we get greedy with the scout attack, I think it's more likely for him to have an answer. Yeah, I think it's more likely for them to have an answer if we open with the scout attack. I think we just open with everything. Because they don't have any units that they can recall for the homecoming, for example. So they can't do anything about it. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against timelines. They have a lot of removal for our units, so it can be a little bit scary, right? We always go for the sculpture, right? We always go for the sculpture, and if the opponent has the mystic shot, then they have it. Opponent kept 3 cards, so it's very likely they have the mystic shot. Okay, this is a nice curve here, right? Get the timelines on turn 1. We can play the sculpture, stop them from getting value on turn 2 from the whatever card they have. We get the rally, which is nice. So sculpture, financier. I guess if the opponent doesn't have mystic, we get a lot of value from misfortune and the navigator just getting buffed up, right? Very nice is a problem though. Ooh, Taskmaster. That's a nice 3 damage there. If it's Caitlyn, is it ever... Okay, no, I think it's just misfortune. I think it's just misfortune, and maybe we just take that damage. Ah, that's a nice roll. Yeah, I think we just take that damage. I think we just take that 5. I'm never blocking. I'm taking 7 too. If you want to give me the chumpers for free, be my guest. Yeah. Wait. Okay, so opponent has Mystic? Why? Wait, what? I'm always... Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Haha, that's a nice roll though. That's not a bad roll. Anything but 3 health, please. Anything but 3 health. Anything but 3 health. That way the Omen Hawk can attack into everything. Okay. Perfect. That doesn't have 3 health. So he's gonna die here. Opponent's gonna decide to kill the navigator, I guess. Oh, it doesn't decide to kill it. Question is, do we just go for the Golden Aegis and just level up Misfortune next turn? I guess it depends what the opponent does here, right? Because we could go Golden Aegis and Mirai Warden to be able to level up Misfortune on the spot. I guess Navigator loses... Navigator dies to the Mystic now, right? Navigator dies to the Mystic now, so maybe not correct anymore, because we will not have we will not have the value. Oh, that's funny. So if the Misfortune here ever dies, we're in a good spot. What about we do this? We do this first. Still gives me the access to the rally if I need to. Right? Which I don't think I'm gonna commit. But just in case. We could also just do the Misfortune, make it rain, and get rid of his blockers, right? I don't hate it. No, you know what I like? I like the rally. I like the rally. I like the rally here. We probably could have done our Misfortune. I like the rally here. That way we level up Misfortune in the open. Yeah, okay. I should have done on the Misfortune. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's okay though. That's okay. We still get the value here. Don't want to lose that Sculpture. Don't want to lose that Sculpture just yet. I'm okay losing everything else. We have the second Misfortune. And we also have the Surgeon. The second Misfortune is going to have 5 HP. So it's going to be a lot harder for them to remove her. Let's go ahead and do this now. Now what? Goes for the Thermal. Goes for the thermal. It's more efficient to go like this, then play the surgeon, attack again. I guess it makes sense, right? We got punished last. I think last turn we definitely had to just put it on the misfortune, force the thermal out on the navigator. It would have left for us to be able to win the game. This is a great hand. Okay, so we just win here, right? Because we can go for Quinn into Inspiring Light. Now we do gotta remember.
Nothing gets between me and my mark.
We'll find our enemies wherever they hide.
We cannot take that 8. So we cannot take that 8.
Stay still.
We cannot take that 8 because the opponent could have the lethal damage, right? So we're gonna just go here. And this means that we have lethal on the open. As long as 2 of our units hit. We have to open. We have to open because of the very nice. Just being able to beat us, right? So we just go here. I guess technically we can go like this. You know what? We don't have to open. We can go like this. Now that we have the navigator, I think we can go like this. Right? That way we have the scout attack. Opponent taps out a very nice here. Troll Shan, that's fine. Get excited. Needs to have one more. This is still doing 2, right? So then we just go Navigator and play Inspiring Light, and that should be game. I forgot that he had that, so he's actually, yeah, he was always going to draw that too. So we just go, we could also go here, but I think it's just here. Let's just go wide. Let's just go wide. Inspiring Light, and that's game. Opponent's going to take 3 damage, which means that this thing is going to kill them on 2 turns from now. He also doesn't have good blockers into any of these units. I guess he kind of does here. Very nice is actually a problem though, right? So very nice is a problem. Because he gets rid of all my units. But we still have the Jenny, right? And at this point we're kind of just waiting for the Scrappy Bomb. He decided to get rid of his double? Wait, what? Why get rid of the double attack unit? Yeah, that's the very nice. We can Jenny and actually just rally right away as well.
Follow my lead.
Opponent attacks with Caitlyn. Opponent attacks with Caitlyn. Let's go ahead and just rally. If opponent actually has, oh no, see, this still deals 1. This still kills it. So this still kills, like even if the opponent has 8 that stairs, we still kill it. We still kill the opponent. Because this triggers even when it's destroyed by the opponent. It's kind of crazy. Flash Bomb kills the Jenny right here. Yeah, there you go. And we can go here. 8 that stairs is not enough. And we win because of the Scrappy Bomb. That was a pretty good roll here. Because opponent could easily have a blocker for this guy. But the Scrappy Bomb just barely got us there. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Viego Evelynn. Ooh, Hayspike is actually so good against us. I want to see if I can get my scouts. Since I got Misfortune. Sap is not bad. So Hayspike is really good against Sculpture. Like, really good. And I don't think we have any way to deal with Viego. So we're going to have to literally rush them down. I don't know if I agree with the Sentinel. I guess the Sentinel is there to take value from Hayspike. But it doesn't seem very efficient because I guess they also play Vengeance. Sculpture, Misfortune, Broadwind. Misfortune, Misfortune, Misfortune. Oh. Okay. Despair. What is this nonsense? What? I guess he doesn't want Misfortune to get the health, which I guess makes sense. Also, the Broadwind got in that health. We're still gonna go Misfortune here then.
Fortune favors the bold.
I understand that this is not getting a lot of value. That's okay. I don't think I'm gonna actually bother with the Inspiring Light right now. We're gonna, because this Misfortune is gonna die to a Black Spear. So this Misfortune is gonna die to a Black Spear right now. Either that or the opponent has Evelynn, and then gonna have Viego. What? I'm so confused. Solitude? So, Marai? Protector. I guess we should have done Protector first, to be honest. Right? We should have done the Protector first. It would have kept me... It would have kept me from just taking that damage for no reason. Inspiring Light. Sap. Inspiring Light again. Let's do this Make It Rain right now so that the opponent doesn't get a Viego value here from the Husk.
Make it interesting.
So we're gonna go Sap. I guess we could also join to the Sharp Side, so technically it's not guaranteed to be Inspiring Light. Sap. Sharp Side, okay. That's fine. That's okay. I just didn't want him to have value from leveling up Evelynn right here by keeping the Husk. That's why I ended up using that second Misfortune. It's really unfortunate that we don't have...
Plenty of fire to go around.
Are you different?
I'm attacking with everything. I'm attacking with everything. Why is opponent... I guess he has Vengeance, right? So he has the Vengeance. Yeah, there you go. I'm attacking with everything here, just pushing as much damage as possible, get rid of all their units. We might just be able to finish it with the elusives. Opponent just committed one Vengeance, so it's very likely they don't have a way to deal with our elusives. Especially if we actually draw the Inspiring Light, which we have two of them to actually potentially draw it with. There's the Hydrovine, gets regen. Let's go ahead and just go wide. So let's go ahead and play... Let's play this here. Oh wait, we should have played that in the Protector, by the way. This is the second Inspiring Light. So we go like this. Is there another Sap? Is there another Sap? I don't think it is. I think we just open, right? Because the second Sap gets punished by a second Hydrovine. Opponent needs to make one card here, right? And once they do, we can commit the Sharp Side to finish up the game. So yeah, I think open attack was fine because we had the Sharp Side to present the 7 damage lethal that we needed. We didn't want to have to deal with a second Hydrovine, so GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Aggro, so Pirate Aggro. Scout does really well against Aggro, so hopefully we get the right units, right? I think this hand is a little bit too slow for what we're looking to do, right? EVH, what's up? What's up, my man? Okay, Shell Shocker is not bad. Into Protector on turn 2. Yeah, Shell Shocker is actually pretty good. It's probably going to be Sculpture instead of Protector now, right?
No one's the wiser.
I guess depends. If the opponent develops something crazy, because my concern with doing Protector is that then we lose to Make It Rain.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Okay, let's do the Sculpture. We can block the Doomkeeper, right? We can block the Doomkeeper, even if this is gonna die to Make It Rain afterwards. It keeps our Misfortune at 4 HP, which is all that we're looking for. So we're able to get the Misfortune to 4 HP, and then have the Protector for a future attack to block his stuff. This protects Misfortune against Riptide Sermon, although she's probably gonna die to the Riptide Sermon regardless. But you know, let's ignore that part. We attack with everything. If the opponent wants to block with Misfortune, it's actually interesting, because then he sets us up for a Twist of Fate. Doesn't decide to block with Misfortune, so I can assume that they don't have Twist of Fate. I'm willing to block with my Misfortune, considering we have a second one. But if opponent gets greedy, they got greedy. Ooh, is it Navigator? Is it Navigator, or is it just the Misfortune Make It Rain? I think we go like, because we can never block with her. This also, this can block because this is gonna get buffed. I think it's like this. I think we go like this, and we have access to Sharp Side or Make It Rain, depending on which one we want to do. So we can block here, we can block here. We don't even have to commit the Make It Rain right now. We only take 3. Doesn't hit the misfortune. So now we just wait. And then we commit the Make It Rain afterwards to kill their units once misfortune is dead. Because otherwise we have a chance of missing them. So now we go like this. The downside here is going to be Riptide Sermon, right? So Riptide Sermon means that the opponent can kill this and get a... Okay, that's alright then. Oh, that's not a sermon. That's not a sermon. We get at least 1 misfortune attack in here. Opponent could get Make It Rain or Fervor from here. They need to kill the misfortune as soon as possible. The Fervor does it. Wait, opponent just took... Oh, wait. Wait. This is just game then, right? How do they beat this? If I go like this, how do they beat this? They lose the spider, which is a blocker. They take 1 to the face. We have 3 attackers. And opponent even loses the sap. Yeah, the only way that they beat that was if they had Fervor, but unfortunately for them, they tapped that Fervor mana. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Timelines. It's kind of bad matchup because I know sometimes they play Aftershock, right? So Aftershock can be very scary. Ooh, this hand is kind of nice though. Ooh, I like the fact that we have Surgeon plus Navigator and Sculpture. This always gets Mystic Shotted though, right? There's no way that this stays alive through the actual turn. Opponent decided to skip the draw, so doesn't have anything good to discard. Has to be Mystic Shot, right? There's always a Mystic Shot here. There's always a Mystic Shot here. There's no way. There's no way. Thank you. I was gonna say, there's no way that it's not a Mystic Shot here. It's the most obvious Mystic Shot in the planet. But we still have to bait it out, right? So we still have to bait out that Mystic Shot. I was gonna do the Browwind into the Fleet Feather, but maybe we just do the Fleet Feather now and we can do the Bright Steel instead.
Me, miss? Not by a long shot.
Okay, so it had to be the Browwind then, huh? Had to be the Browwind. So that we could kill that Caitlyn. But I guess if we play the Browwind, opponent's never playing Caitlyn, right? So now here comes the Flash Bombs. They're getting so much value. They're getting so much value here. So we have to go Navigator to eat up the Flash Bombs. That's a good draw. We have to go Navigator to eat up the Flash Bombs, potentially. We go here. We have Inspiring Light. Opponent goes for Trundle. I honestly really like the Inspiring Light on the Sandstorm Charger. I like the Inspiring Light this turn. Force the opponent to have to take a trade, right? They have to decide. They have to decide. We can still also attack with the Scouts, by the way. Because if the opponent blocks the Scout with Trundle, it means that the Trundle's gonna die, right? So we get our attack push here. She stays alive. Opponent can kill her here, and we get to kill Trundle. And then still push the 6 with the Sandstorm Charger. So we're gonna push 12 damage here. So we're gonna push a casual 12 damage. While also keeping our Browwind alive. Mystic? Trollshan, okay. That's a good one. Still took the 12 though. We do get the Flash Bombs in here, which are kind of annoying. Still took the 12. So we can just for Demacia into Golden Ages next time. Right? Or we can even go for Demacia and just go wide. I kind of don't feel like blocking. I guess we get punished by... We get punished by the Very Nice, right? If we go for Demacia. So that's the thing we have to be careful about. Yeah, opponent has just enough mana for Very Nice. So I think it's always just Mirai Warden and just go super wide. Because we have the Rally as a backup. Has enough blockers. We could also get hit by Flash Bombs here. He blocks everything, we're only pushing 3. We do for the Masya, opponent just goes for the Very Nice, right? So I think we just go like this. We just go like this and push the damage. Opponent goes down to 2. We can do a second Surgeon. I think it has to be Sharp Sight. Put them at 1. And then our Rally wins us the game. Potentially, if the opponent doesn't have any more blockers. They need to have 3 blockers, right? They need to have 3 blockers for this Rally to not win the game. And they just tapped out of them. Wait a second. So we go here. Mystic Shot. Troll Shan. Mystic Shot, Troll Shan. 1 more unit. We got it. Yeah, Mystic Shot. Second Troll Shan. But opponent didn't have Mystic Shot. Another Mystic Shot because I feel like they had done it right away when we did the Sharp Side. Second Troll Shan also seemed unlikely. I feel like opponent had done everything else on that attack right away. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. Scouts those Scouts things. You kind of see what I say. We're destroying aggro, right? We beat that Pirate Aggro match multiple times just because of how much value you can get because of your cards and your challengers and your misfortune, etc., etc., etc. And how wide you can go to kind of go toe-to-toe with how wide they can go. In terms of mulligan, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, you want to keep misfortune, you want to keep the one sculpture. That's usually the 2 cards that you're looking for. So I'm mulliganing for those more often than not. It's really important that you can get a sculpture and start setting up like your value and same thing with misfortune so that you can get a lot of value that way and can level her up quicker that way. Aside from that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward deck. It's a pretty straightforward deck. It was just out of the meta because of Bard. Bard could beat this deck. Kai'Sa is really bad against it too, so you want to be able to ban Kai'Sa, right? So if you're playing this deck, you're looking to beat control, looking to beat aggro, and looking to ban decks like Kai'Sa. So just keep that in mind as you queue up tomorrow for the seasonal. Aside from that, that's all I have for you all today. So again, wish you all luck who are participating tomorrow. If you like this content, please make sure to like the video below, subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Twitch.tv. We're streaming 3 to 4 times a week, although we're currently on a break because we're on vacation. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.